address all of you in this election rally and to come to God's own country, that is Kerala. And also, I pay my regards and respects to the gods and goddesses of this God's own country, Kerala. When I talk about the gods and goddesses, I remember Lord Ayyappa. I also pay my respects to Sabrimala temple and also to the Padma Swami temple. Friends, we are all here to such an ancient and very culturally rich Kerala, and in the elections, I would like to talk to you on few issues which I am going to elaborate. Friends, when I talk about the election issue, I would like to make it very clear that as far as Kerala is concerned, Prime Minister Modi ji has always taken care, may it be the development of Kerala, may it be the emotional, humane touch for Kerala, and may it for the all-round empowerment of the people of Kerala. When I talk so, I remember that once the Sabrimala stampede took place, but we also remember that at that point of time, the then Prime Minister Manmohan Singh ji did not even thought of coming and trying to give a human touch to the tragedy. But when it comes to Prime Minister Modi, I remember that an accident took place in Puttingal, in Kollam district, in Puttingal temple. Prime Minister Modi was here within 3 hours with the people of Kerala, taking care of people of Kerala. And I remember that I was the health minister at that time. He deputed me here for 1 full week, and I was asked to bring the team of medical doctors from All India Institute of Medical Sciences for their health care. If I talk about Prime Minister Modi's visit to Saudi Arabia and to the Middle East, whenever and wherever he goes in the Middle East, he makes it a point to meet the people of Kerala, the hard-working people of Kerala who are working there, and try to take care of them. If I talk about the rescuing Father Tom and Father Tom from Yemen, and also taking care of Father Alexis, who was captured and who needed to be rescued from Afghanistan, it was the initiative of Prime Minister Modi to see to it that no harm is there to Father Tom and Father Alexis, and they were brought back safe with the intervention of international, the External Affairs Ministry. The same way, the nurses, the 40 nurses who were there in Kerala, in the ISIS controlled Iraq, they were also brought back safely. And that the same way from Libya, 46 nurses were brought. All this is I'm saying because whenever it has come to the question of the people of Kerala, not only inside Kerala, but outside Kerala, in any part of the country or in any part of the world, it is Prime Minister Modi who has taken the initiative and given the emotional support, whatever is needed. The schemes initiated by Prime Minister Modi has given a lift, a push to the development of Kerala. May it be the empowerment of women, may it be the empowerment of the farmers, may it be the empowerment of youth, may it be empowerment of the general public. All initiatives have been taken, and micro level schemes and macro level schemes have also been initiated. When I say so, I talk about the Jan Dhan Yojana, which has empowered the women, and during the Corona times, it was through this account that 20 crore women were debited with 500 rupees per month for 3 months when the lockdown was there. The same way, if I talk about Swachh Bharat Mission, approximately 2 lakh toilets were constructed here in Kerala. 2 lakh toilets, that means that the women in Kerala, progressive Kerala, 2 lakh women were not able to go for their daily needs. inside their house, they had to go to outside their house. This was the condition of Kerala. And he constructed 11 crore toilets, in which 2 lakh were constructed here. This was done. This is how women empowerment is done. The same way, if I talk about Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi, 37 lakh farmers have been benefited by the Kisan Samman Nidhi. And in total in the country, 11 crore 70 lakh people have been benefited out of that. The same way, if I talk about Ujala Yojana, 1.5 crore people were given the LED bulbs. If I talk about Ujjwala Yojana, 2.5 lakh women in Kerala got free gas connection along with cylinders. So this is how he has tried to see to it that in Kerala also the women empowerment takes place. Through Mudra Yojana, the youth empowerment takes place, and all small big schemes should help us. And when I talk about all this, I also want to make it very clear that before Modi came, 45,000 crores were only given to Kerala for the development of in 5 years. And when Modi ji came, 2 lakh crores were given for the development in the 14th Finance Commission, which is 3 times more what Kerala got in UPA government. This we have to understand. If I talk about the development and the mega projects, yes, I would like to share with you that as far as the refinery is concerned and the field of refinery is concerned, the gas pipeline, natural gas pipeline from Kochi to Mangaluru, 3,000 crore rupees is being spent. The same way, the Bharat Petroleum Refinery is being reconstructed, and in that 16,000 crore rupees is being spent. If I talk about the economic corridor, which is going to start from Kanyakumari till Mumbai, it is going to bring an economic revolution for the people of Kerala, that we should understand. Because 50,000 crore rupees will be spent only on the economic corridor, which will give jobs to lakhs of youth, and they will be involved in the development process. If I talk, we should understand that Thiruvananthapuram and Kochi have been declared as solar cities. 1,000 crore rupees is being allocated only for that development. I am talking about the mega projects. All these projects Prime Minister Modi has given to Kerala only for the economic and overall development of this place. 17 cities of Kerala have been pointed out, and they have been linked with the Amrit Nagar scheme only for the development of that city. 17 food parks are coming in Kerala, and the same way 65,000 crore rupees is being spent only for 1,100 kilometers of national highway. But I'm sorry to say that the funds have been provided, but the compensation and the allotment of the land has not been done by the state government. So we want to bring a change in Kerala, but for that change, even the support from the state government should be there, which we find that there is no support from the state government. If I talk about the Kochi Metro, 1,957 crores have been allocated. And the same way, for these developments, the dedicated Bharat Petroleum Corporation has been given 6,000 crore rupees. The Ro-Ro vessel in Wellington Island, Cochin, has been dedicated. Inauguration of International Cruise Terminal at Sagarika has also been done, and 25 crore rupees have been allocated. All these mega projects have come to Kerala, that I would like to reiterate here, that time and again, whenever the opportunity has come, Prime Minister Modi has given first preference to Kerala as far as the development is concerned. Blue revolution is taking place. For our fishermen, special emphasis has been there. Special thrust has been there. For the fishermen of Kerala, of Tamil Nadu, of Andhra Pradesh, a blue revolution scheme is there, where we are trying to develop and see that how their livelihood can be improved upon. I have discussed with you in detail the track record of NDA government being supported or supporting the people of Kerala under the dynamic leadership of Prime Minister Modi. But we also know that in Kerala, we have increased our vote share from 5% to 16% to 19% to 18%. But yes, as far as the seat share is concerned, we have not been able to go through ahead. We need your Ashirvadam, We need your support because time has come when we should say goodbye to the communists, we should say goodbye to Congress, we should say goodbye to UDF, we should say goodbye to LDF. They have been coming into power, playing like musical chair. In one time, one LDF comes, and another occasion UDF comes, then again LDF comes. But both are ideologically bankrupt. Both are ideologically bankrupt. Both are confused, and both are corrupt to the maximum that we have to understand. And when I say so, as the National President of Bharatiya Janata Party, I speak with full responsibility under my command that whatever I speak, that is the truth and truth that we have to understand. And when I say so, look at the situation. Look at the situation. When I say they are ideological bankrupt, I mean it. Because in Kerala, at this point of time, Congress and Communists are fighting against each other. And on the same day, in West Bengal, voting is taking place where Congress and Communists are hand in glove. भाई भाई बन करके लड़ रहे हैं. कैसा पार्टी है, कैसा चलाते हैं, क्या विचार रखते हैं, what is their ideology? Today early morning in Kozhikode, me and Rahul Gandhi both were there. I was asking myself, what is he doing here? He should have been in West Bengal, telling them what to do and what not to do. Here you are enemies, there you are friends. This is your ideological background. Number two, both are corrupt. One is known for the gold scam and another is known for the solar scam. And in both these scams, I'm sorry to say, person like me in such position should not speak, but I have to say that they have involved all types of means for such type of corruption, which is very sorry to say. Ministers are involved. Both the side ministers are involved. I would not like to name them, but yes, they are involved. Chief Minister office is under heat. The Chief Minister said, yes, I would like to have the central agencies coming and investigating. And when the investigation started and the heat reached the Chief Minister's office, no, these central agencies are trying to disrupt the investigation. Friend, when the investigation reaches your office, you try to question investigative agencies. And before that, you become so clean as you wear your dhoti and that white vesti. It looks very white, but it is not white. It is full of black spots. We have to understand that.